Right guys, so the new Formula Inter has dropped in Automobilista 2 over the last week or so. I've done a review on the channel. Now I thought I'd go in and give it a race. So we're at the Cordoba short track, Cordoba number 2. Great little track I think for these. Tight and twisty, exactly what these cars are all about. So yeah, 6-lap race, so just make sure of enough fuel. Anti-roll bars, yeah, just leave everything as it is. And let's go race.
Are you ready? Watch for the lights. Green.
Oh, great start. I normally get terrible starts in race games, but it's like that. Oh,
right side's clear. Car on your right. Clear on the right.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see what the AO is like, but I can tell you already, I mean, these cars are very, very, very lively. And, yeah, it's constant, like, battling and fighting the car. Great fun.
On your right. Right side's clear.
And up the back straight. This track is a great little track for anything like that's kind of slower powered with quick direction changes. Exactly like this car, what it calls for.
B2.
Yeah, great little track. Battling the steering wheel on the way in, just with the weight shift, you can feel the back of the car wanting to come around while you're braking, and the balance kind of pitches forward. Very, very dynamic drive, these things, I have to say. It's one thing that Riza always do quite well, is that dynamic feel in a car. It's great. It's really good. And the AI seem to be nicely matched as well. I have these guys at 100, so yeah, bear in mind I've done no practice or anything like that. I don't even know the setup for the car here, but just to be able to jump in and have a nice competitive race.
The leader has just done a
as a
6 B2.
reasonably skilled and seasoned sim racer, it's nice to have that, you know.
Left side. Still there. Clear on the left.
This is a great race. A lot of action behind as well while I'm trying to get past this guy. Okay. This is oh, this is brilliant. Action packed. Oh shit.
Right side. Still there.
They've got a bit of an overlap.
Keep your line. Hold your line. He's still with you. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right.
Oh,
Now, we might win this.
but I pinched him off a little bit there. I tell you, these cars are absolutely brilliant. This is one of the most dynamic cars I've ever driven in sim racing. Just how it feels on entry, mid-corner, when you're kind of feeding it in, under brakes, trying to pick the line, battling with it a slight bit, picking up power, the direction change, the curb interaction, everything with this thing is absolutely perfect. It's not often anyone can say that about a car, but this is perfect.
2 meters remaining.
Now, whether or not you are into, let's say, faster Formula cars or just faster cars in general, that's a separate discussion. Oh shit. what I was talking about is braking and going down the gears will tend to risk locking the differential a bit to the point where it wants to overtake the front of the car. Oh, slight contact. No damage on the cars. Got away with that one. That car in front is starting to slow down a little bit now.
You're out of track limits there.
Wow, they got a way better exit there.
Okay, Gary, one more to go. Keep it together. On your right side's clear. New Fanatec.
Oh, I had to go wide.
Right.
Shit.
Still there. Right side's clear. Car on your left side.
Oh, avoiding action. Holy shit.
On your left. Left side's clear. Come on, find the gap.
What a car. What a car. This is against AI. Can only imagine how good this is going to be against other online players. But I'll tell you, for anyone that doesn't race online just yet, for whatever reason, this is brilliant offline, as you can see.
Car on your left. Clear on the left. 1 litre remaining.
What a car.
Well done. Decent drive.
I tell you guys, it's not often that anyone can say that. Yeah, let's just look at the replay of this. Yeah, I have to say, as cars go in games, I mean, this is right up there. What an amazing car. It just does everything right. It just does it all right. It's got the right amount of power. It's very dynamic, brilliantly dynamic to drive. Feels great. Does everything that you'd expect a car to do. The on throttle, on brakes, on turning. It's very engaging. Probably it has to be certainly one of the best cars I've ever driven in any sim, just in terms of its engagement, its handling, and just does everything right. It's crazy, and then it's so accessible as well because it's relatively let's say lower powered. It's just accessible to everybody. Like just an amazing car. Yeah, let's jump back to the start of this one. But yeah, I think like when you look at this on balance, like a new car that has been added by Risa, I mean, like with any sim game, I mean, what's the goal? It's for people to pick it up and use it, to try it out, and in order to do that, there's an element of it has to be accessible. Like if they bring out a new high-powered car, like they've done before, every sim has high-powered cars, right? Problem is, anyone new to sim racing might struggle a little bit, but this, I mean, it's got everything right. It's not too powerful. It's fun. You can chuck it around the place. It has a bit of downforce to it. It has a bit of lateral stability to it as well. But like that, when you're coming in on the brakes with a bit of steering input, you can definitely feel the load pitch forward. If you shift down too quickly, which let's say could be habitual, right? So everyone's like banging the shifts down. The problem then becomes that you risk kind of locking the rear, slowing down the rear axle too much. In which case then with the weight pitched forward, the back of it will want to come around. But there's a point at which you can almost time it to perfection, and you'll start to kind of bite the car on the entry a little bit. And you can see me kind of hacking away at the wheel there. There was a few points in the race where I'd overdone that. And you can see like it was almost like full-on correction trying to keep it straight. But the point is the car has that kind of ability within it. And what that does is that teaches you then how to drive better ultimately. you know, if this Formula Inter series is designed as a let's say a junior Formula to teach car control and stuff like that, well, definitely does that. This would be absolutely epic online. But I do feel it needs the right type of track, right? So taking this to somewhere like Silverstone or Daytona or something is not really going to show its true strength. It's kind of those smaller, shorter, twisty tracks with a lot of corners, just a lot of technical stuff going on. That's where these cars will really, really shine. Yeah, fantastic car. If you have Automobilista 2, you have to drive these. And look, if you have had Automobilista 2 in the past, and let's say it's been shelfwared for a while, you haven't got into it for whatever reason, maybe you tried it in the past and you thought it wasn't that good or whatever. Two things, like, I mean, it has changed a hell of a lot in the last year. That's for sure. Even the last 6 months, it's changed a hell of a lot. But with these cars, man, yeah, I have to say, and I struggle, you know, I think I said during the race that this is probably the best car I've ever driven in all of sim racing for a number of reasons. It is certainly one of the most dynamic and probably one of the most fun cars I've ever driven in sim racing. And there's some crackers, by the way, there's some great ones. You know, in AC you've got the RSS mods, the Formula mods. ACC is quite good as well. Throughout the whole pack, the cars are pretty nice to drive. But I have to say, some of the Automobilista 2 content, not just open wheelers by the way, but all of the content, generally speaking, is very fun, very dynamic. But this particular car, and I think they've really, really nailed it. It's perfection. It is absolute perfection. I've certainly never driven anything as dynamic as that in any simulator. And what really stood out to me was the dynamicism that I felt was natural. It done things when you'd expect them to happen. You know, like particularly on corner entry, being able to feel that and fish it around mid-corner, getting on the power, using the throttle a little to hopefully snap the back out to help it a bit of rotation. And then sometimes, if you didn't have the torque available, it'd push a tiny bit. I mean, the car was just, everything was right about the car. And fun to drive, which, you know, tops it all off. Yeah, guys, we'll leave that one there. If you get a MS2, get into this. Just do it, and thank me later. Anyway, guys, we'll leave that one there. Thanks again for watching, as always, and yeah, see you on track.